Hello, welcome back to Horizons Gaming. It's Ben, Sergio with Ever 17. So, last time out, we went to go fix a broken pipe somewhere in Lemieux. And then the kid went into some storage room, had this really violent flashback. Looked like he and some girl were probably being tortured and held in some facility. In his flashback, he totally just trashed said storage room. It was pretty intense, pretty interesting too. Definitely looking forward to seeing where that goes. So yeah, let's just pick it up here. We finally gathered again in the conference room. Even though I had just embarrassed myself in front of everyone, they all acted as if nothing had happened. We were killing time. We still couldn't think of any way to escape. Still, we didn't want to feel like we were completely wasting our time, so we all decided to wander around Lemieux one more time. As we made the rounds, Takeshi said, "Well, what do you think the record is for running from one end of Lemieux to the other? I think we should try to give the chicken sandwiches completely new flavor somehow." He made a number of stupid comments. We all, with the exception of Scoomy of course, listened half exasperated and half interested. We all knew. As long as we were doing something, it kept our minds off things we couldn't change. Like about how there was no way out, or remembering where we were. We decided to meet at 8 p.m. for dinner. Till then, everyone was left to wander around freely until then. I decided to help you try to repair the infirmary scanning machine. Of course, it was kind of an indirect thank you for her looking after me twice and worrying about my lost memory.
Alright then, should we get started?
You plopped down on the floor with the tools and parts, spreading out the repair manual. Of course, the repairs were Yu's job. I was just there to help. I was getting used to handing her the tools and getting better at predicting which tool would be used next. I thought that if there were an exam for expertise in handing pliers or screws, I'd pass with flying colors. But the repairs were tougher than I imagined. You grunted as she stared at the diagram. You still haven't figured it out?
Maybe if you be quiet, I might. It's not here.
She searched all over, but couldn't find the cause of the problem. You said everything looked normal. In other words, there was no sign of anything broken.
Jesus, good for nothing, stupid, idiotic.
All of a sudden, you lost your cool, pounded on the diagram, and kicked the toolbox. Hey, that's not very grown up of you. You know, you could ask Sora about how to fix it later. You want to clean up for now?
Sorry.
あれ、二人ともこんなとこにいたのか。
Hey, so you're the two of you are. Oh, hey, Takeshi.
What are you doing here, Takeshi?
俺は単なる野暮用だよ。目の覚める薬でももらおうかと思ってね。
Nothing really. I just thought I'd get some coffee or something to wake me up.
そういう You は少年と何やってるんだ？
What about you two? What are you and the kid up to?
You can't tell me looking.
わかんねえから聞いてんの。
If I could, you think I'd be asking? Sakshi, do you think you could lend us a hand?
ああ、別に構わないぜ。落ちてるものを拾えばいいのか？
Too early. Sure, I can do that. You want help picking up this stuff? Yeah. When we split up, started picking up the tools strewn around the room. Screwdrivers and screws had flown all the way to the walls.
Do you think we got everything?
No, there's one more right there. There's something in the corner.
よっと。なんだこれ。
Hey, what's this? Takeshi picked up something that looked like an electric plug. No, it was an electric plug. The cable continued, disappearing under the floor. It was embedded there.
どれの電源だろうな、これ。
Wonder what this is supposed to power. In the wall was an outlet, the same as in the home. Takeshi stuck the plug into the wall. Hey, something's moving.
なんだ、あの機械の電源だったのか。
Oh, hey, looks like it's for that machine over there. Nice. Nice. Which means...
そういうことみたいよ。
It would appear it was unplugged.
なあ、ところでよ。
Hey, by the way... Takshi shot a question at me and you, who are speechless.
何やってたんだっけ、お前ら。
What were you doing here anyway?
ん
Just then, somebody else appeared. It was Tsugumi. But when she saw us, she clicked her tongue in an irritated way, turned to leave the room. The door opened again immediately. This time it was Sarah. Some nice dramatic music. It could have been my imagination, but she looked kind of angry about something. Sarah stood her ground, blocking the exit so Tsugumi couldn't leave.
どいて。
Get out of the way.
逃げてばかりいないで答えてよ。
Anyway, an answer.
どきなさい。
I said out of the way.
答えてってば。
I said, give me an answer.
It seemed like the two of them were fighting, but I wonder why. I couldn't think of any reason for the two of them, or think of any reason the two of them would want to fight.
そんなに大声出したらあの三人に聞こえるわよ。
If you keep shouting, the three of them will
別
hear.
に構わないでしょ。
I don't care.
おい、二人ともどうしたんだよ。
Hey, you two, what's up? Takshi asked us as he approached them.
それはこっちが聞きたいわね。
That's what I want to know. Tsugumi said this, mixed with a sigh. Then she gave Takshi the evil eye.
あなたたち一体何を企んでいるの？
What are y'all planning anyway?
何をって。それこそなんだよ。意味わかんねえこと言うなよ。
What are we? What are you planning? Stop the nonsense already.
どうしたの？マヨ。
Maya, what happened?
You said it as if to calm Sarah's nerves. She still looked pretty riled up. She was staring at Tsugumi bitterly. Tsugumi? Huh? For an instant, I thought that Tsugumi drew her face up sadly.
さあ、どきなさい。
Now get out of my way. As she turned around, Tsugumi tried to push Sarah out of the way. Sarah resisted.
そうやってあの人からも逃げたんだ。
Oh, wow, okay.
So what? Did you run away from him the same way you're trying to run away from me now?
Sarah said that as two of them wrestled. Tsugumi stopped moving.
やっぱりそうなんだ。
So you did.
Tsugumi definitely looks sad now. Sarah crossed her arms tightly.
最低。
You suck.
最低だ。この人でなし。
You're human.
Tsugumi lifted up her right hand as if to hit Sarah, but Takshi grabbed her hand.
おい、落ち着けって。
Hey, calm down. Sarah didn't miss her chance. Sarah's open palm echoed on Tsugumi's cheek.
You little...
The raging Tsugumi threw off Takshi and stole from Sarah whatever it was she was holding. She went to throw whatever it was she held against the wall. Or not. But she stopped an instant before.
やめろ。
Stop it. Takshi went to grab her arm. Tsugumi's arm went slack and something slipped to the floor. It clattered loudly. Something glittered as it bounced. It looked like a pendant. Sarah scooped up the pendant as if she were picking up a fragile piece of ice. Sarah's back quivered tensely. She looked down, dropping her head. Then she squeezed her fist around the
マヨ
pendant.
Mayo?
You said it softly, but Sarah didn't appear to hear. Sarah lifted her face. Biting her lip, she glared at Tsugumi. Both of her eyes were welling up with tears. Tsugumi stared coldly at Sarah as if looking down at her from far above. Sarah withstood the glare and stared back at Tsugumi enraged. She continued to resist silently, trying not to shed tears, not to sob. The scene was just like... It was just like...
全部お前のせいだ。
Let's see, so the voice said, it's all your fault. A hot surge of hate raced through me. Who the hell do you think you are, you good for nothing? I screamed and grabbed Scooby by the collar.
What are you doing? Stop it!
You grabbed me from behind and pulled me away from Scooby. Let go! Let go! I said let go of me! I continued to struggle violently. I was like a desperate beast, devoid of all reason, with my fangs bared and a thirst for blood. What was left of my mind had ceased to be me. I walked around Lemieux. After what had happened, I didn't want to be around you or Takashi, but I was too worked up to just stick around in one place. I thought I would pick the place where they're least likely to come and wander around it. I wondered what that fit of rage had been about. Why had I gotten so mad? Why? Tsugumi had stared coldly down at Sarah, and Sarah desperately battled to stand her ground. What were the emotions that had welled up within me in that instant? I felt like I was on the verge of figuring it out, like my lost memory had been concealed by a thick fog. But now it was only an inch away, right there, covered by a thin sheet. But no matter how thin it was, I still couldn't remove it. The more I thought about it, the further away into the fog my memory seemed to recede. I wonder what I could have had in my past. I continued to wander Lemieux without understanding anything. Suddenly, I felt like I heard someone's voice in a room, so I entered it. In the sprawling night sky were a number of orb-shaped planets, and in between the planets there's a huge, soft-looking whale floating. This was the Cosmic Whale Room. Of course, the whale and the starry sky were all merely theme park attractions. I thought that wide open space in the attractions would help ease my ragged nerves. Even though it was fake, the expansive space eased my tense mind and nerves, frazzled from being cooped up for so long. I don't know why that question mark threw me off so much, but it did. But I still had a memory. I realized again just how stressed the situation had made me without my even noticing. For a while, I just relaxed, looking at the scenery. What? Something moved slightly on top of the whale. I squinted, peering at it. Sarah? I glanced quickly at the planet next to the whale and headed for the stairs leading to it. I walked out to the edge of the whale's nose and sat down next to Sarah, who looks like a ghost for some reason. I don't know, whatever. I thought that normally whales and dolphins have their blowholes or nostrils near the middle of their head, so it wasn't probably accurate to say its nose. We looked at the countless stars sparkling overhead. It seemed as if we could reach the stars in the sky. If I'd stood up, I could probably have actually touched a star, because it was all a facade of fake stars projected onto the ceiling. Speaking of fake, the whale was too. I don't know what kind of cutting-edge technology they used, but the skin on the whale felt like it could have been real. Then again, I didn't suppose I'd ever actually touched a real whale. Maybe I was just working from some image I had of what whale skin would feel like. Not having a memory was mysterious in a way. Normal and abnormal, common sense and nonsense were all dictated by memory. For example, if a sea otter suddenly appeared right in front of me, and he said, "I'm your father," then, well, I probably wouldn't believe him. Because in this life I never met a cross between a sea otter and a person. But with no memory, there's no way for me to know for sure if I'd ever met a sea otter person. Thinking of it that way, it was amazing to me that I could be so logical. I imagined that my memories were stored away in a drawer in my brain somewhere, and I was adding to the drawers even now, only the number of drawers that I could open was limited. I had no idea where the drawers from before May 1st were packed away. Still, there was someone that was opening my drawers, and here she was judging whether what was happening was normal or abnormal, common sense or nonsense. Rather, the entity was telling me I was a safe without a key. The treasure in the safe didn't belong to me. Incidentally, it wasn't just the texture of the whale's skin that made it seem so lifelike. The whale was alive. At least it seemed that way to me. A whale swimming in the starry sky. The repetitive, wave-like motion of its back as it swam through the sky. His soft mouth opened and closed, and even puffed up from time to time. About every 3 minutes, he blew out a warm breath through his blowhole. A seawater mist of spray would scatter around the area. Sitting at the tip of his nose, Sarah and I bobbed up and down in time with its movements. Still, the whale undulated so slowly we could let go with our hands and still feel safe. It was like a cradle rocking back and forth. On the back of the whale, we sailed through the cosmos. We were on our way to planet Gui Gui. Sarah slowly took something out of her pocket and showed it to me. It was an old-style oil lighter. She lit it. The flickering flame made Sarah's face look red. I wonder why she's carrying out a lighter. I couldn't picture as the type that would smoke. I thought I might ask her. But as I did, Sarah opened her other hand, and it was the pendant from before. A thin chain was wrapped around her index finger. The pendant swayed in her hand. Sarah brought the flame closer to the pendant and stared at it spacily. Her expression relaxed. It was as if Sarah were mesmerized by something. A mirror was embedded in the pendant. The flame of the lighter reflected brightly in the mirror. I wondered if Sarah might be staring at her reflection and admiring herself. The idea made me laugh without thinking.
何がおかしいの?
Huh? Is something funny?
I mean, it looks like you're sitting there grinning at yourself.
違うよ.
No, I'm not.
I guess you've got a bit of a narcissistic side.
だから違うって.
I said I'm not.
With that, Sarah snapped the lighter shut. That moment, I noticed something odd. It had looked like the flame of the lighter in the mirror had split into 2 images. I thought that maybe there's a crack in the mirror. Hey, can I see that pendant for a second?
いいけど,
Sure.
落とさないでよ.
Don't drop it.
The whale's body continued to move up and down. I figured that was what Sarah meant. I won't. Saying that, I took the pendant from Sarah. I wrapped the chain around my finger, brought it close to my face. As I had suspected, the mirror was cracked. It wasn't just broken, a piece of it was missing. I touched the area that was missing. I thought it had probably broken from the shock of Scooby dropping it. The missing fragment might still be lying about in that room. Feeling the sharp contours where the missing piece belonged made me sad. I took my fingers from the mirror and held my palm out towards Sora. Sarah. I don't know why I keep saying Sora. Without saying anything, Sarah plunked the lighter down on the palm of my hand. Fits, I guess, is the sound of the flint? I don't know, whatever. It sparked and lit. Oh. I had spoken without thinking. The flame appeared in the mirror, dimly but in 3 dimensions. So this is a hologram pendant.
Huh?
そうだけど.
Yes, but...
The mirror showed a person. It was basically a headshot. From the shoulders on up, the head and facial expression were extremely clear. I imagined it was made using a hollow machine. Hollow machines were machines that would burn a hologram into pendants or keychains or any other object that a person wanted. On the Mew, there were even a number of these machines. I remembered that much. It was the same as before. If there was something to trigger my memory, I could recall some things. I thought that if I could remember these things, why not? But I shoved that thought aside and focused again on the image of the pendant. Since it was a hologram, it also had depth. Changing the angle of the mirror changed the angle of his face. It was the image of a man. A man I didn't know. I suspected it was an image that was closed away in any of those inaccessible drawers in my memory. I had no memory of the face. Well, if it's someone Sarah knows, why would you know him? I don't know, whatever. Who is this? Huh? Is it your boyfriend? Sarah remained quiet. Her expression was frozen solid. It's your boyfriend, isn't it? I asked her again. But there's not even a glimmer of hidden romance on her face. Any girl looking at her boyfriend's picture would probably show a smile, especially stuck in the middle of the ocean. Hey, he looks pretty cool. I said it in a teasing way. Actually, he was so good looking it was enough to make you sick. I thought she might chirp out,
Oh, honey, I hope you're well. I miss you.
but there's one thing that bothered me. His image was all in one color. But there was a kind of retro trend going on, and some people did go for the sepia or monochrome holograms. So it didn't really seem all that outlandish. So, how long have you been dating? I put out the lighter, set it on the pendant, and held it out to Sarah. She didn't take them. She was still frozen stiff. It looked like she was forgetting to breathe. Hey, Sarah? Sarah? Hello, Sarah? I grasped the pendant that she hadn't taken and shook Sarah's shoulders. Sarah didn't even blink. And then... something exploded. Oh, the whale exhaled. Sarah leapt up and smashed into me, leveling me with a powerful tackle. Who knows? It might have been that she was so surprised she just wanted to grab onto. Still, her full weight came barreling into me. With that, I went down. She crumpled with me. We slid down and off the whale's smooth skin. The stars appeared to gain distance. What they say about space being weightless, well, that seemed a lie. That probably had to hurt. Before I had time to think anything else, my body made contact with the hard floor. A fine mist descended down onto my skyward face. Sarah was on top of me, unmoving. I could hear her breathing near my ear.
Safe landing, huh?
Sarah continued talking. She lifted up her face and peered into my face.
Welcome to Planet Kwee-Kwee.
That was slightly odd. That's okay. I ended up failing to give the pendant back. I thought I would look for the missing piece of the hologram and had an idea of where it might be. It was the size of Scooby and Sarah's fight the day before. The fragment should be around that room somewhere. I wanted to find the piece and put it back in the pendant. I thought if I could do it, Sarah would jump with joy. Yeah, but just putting it back in is not going to fix it. I don't know. As I imagined her happy face, I crawled around on my knees, searching from room corner to corner. That's strange. What's strange? Surprised, I looked up and there's something. You looking for something? Yeah, actually. I explained the situation, showed Takashi the broken pendant. I see. Well, you're right about it being broken. Yep. If you don't mind, could you help me look?
Ah,
that sounds like a plan. But can I ask you something first? What? That image of the guy you're talking about, where is it? Where? It's right here. I peered into the mirror. What? He's gone. Takashi looked at me skeptically. But it was here yesterday, I swear. Huh, wonder why. It's no big deal. I don't really care what kind of guy Sarah would date anyway. No, I take it back. I might be just a little bit interested. But I suppose it doesn't matter now if the pendant's broke. And since the pendant is something important to Sarah, I'll help you look for the broken piece. Thanks. First to find it wins, kid. Huh? Takashi thumped my back and set about crawling on the floor searching. And how much is the reward for this anyway? Reward? How much am I gonna get if I find the piece? What, are you gonna blackmail Sarah? No, what are you talking about? You're gonna pay me, not Sarah. Why? Hey, don't play innocent with me, champ. What? You don't think I'd let you take all the credit, do you? Takashi wriggled toward me like a snake. He stopped me. If I find it, I'll bet you're planning to say you did. I wouldn't. Oh, hi, my lady Sarah.
なんでございますの少年さん。
Oh, hi, kid. What is it?
これを受け取れ、こんちき証明。
This is yours, my lady.
まあ、これは私が昨日お貸ししたペンダントでございますわ。あら、欠けてたところが治ってるでございますわ。
Well, if it's the pendant that she has to own, sure, it's fixed, so happy day.
おう、あったりめよ。てめえのために一生懸命探してやったんだ。
Oh, and how I did slave searching for far and wide all of yesterday.
少年さん、お一人でお探しになってくださったのでございますの？
And was that you alone that searched, brave youth?
しゃあなくせ、何言いやがる。俺一人で探したに決まってらーな。
Dear Jess, of course one of my quests for missing piece alone.
まあ素敵。少年さん、ありがとうでございますわ。
Oh, well, kid, you're amazing.
とまあ、こういう展開に持っていこうとしているわけだ。
So, I know exactly what you're planning.
このまさかきが。
Ah, you're full of yourself. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that wasn't a very good impersonation of me or Sarah.
いちいち細かいこと気にすんなって。
Don't be so picky about the
俺は
details.
お前のことを応援してやってんだぞ。
I'm rooting for you, okay, kid? I told you it isn't like that.
いいっていいって。
I said it's okay.
俺何気にそういうの好きだからさ。
I like to do this kind of thing. What do you mean by this?
なんつうのかな。いわば愛のキューピッド役。
I mean, well, you know, being Cupid, a matchmaker. Cupid doesn't ask for money.
確かに。
I suppose that's true. He's missing out on a lot of business.
じゃあ後で俺の手伝いをするってのはどうだ？
Then how about you help me in return later? Help?
発電機の調子が悪いみたいなんだ。
It seems like the generator needs looking
まあ
at.
大したことはないんだけど、一応メンテナンスしとかなくちゃいけないから。
No big deal, just some maintenance that's gotta be done.
で、空に命令されたから。
It's an order from Sora. In that case, I'd do it even if I didn't know you
お、
anything.
サンキューな。
No, thank you. In the end, we didn't find the missing piece. Takushi and I were just standing around covered in dust. And the door opened and Sarah came in.
あ、いたいた。
Oh, there you are.
ペンダント。確か少年に預けっぱなしだったよね。
I think I forgot to get the pendant back from you.
Oh, yeah. All I could do is hand her back the fractured pendant. Only then, like Sarah was noticing us for the first, or seeing us for the first time, did she notice we were
と
filthy.
ころで、こんなとこで何やってんの？
What are you guys doing here anyway?
I couldn't think of anything to say. Takushi and I exchanged glances.
実はかけらを探してたんだ。
Actually, we're looking for the missing
か
piece.
けら？何それ？
A piece? What's
その
that?
ペンダントの欠けた部分だよ。
The piece that broke off the
直し
pendant.
てやろうと思ってさ。
We thought we tried to fix it for you.
そんなこと別にいいのに。
Oh, don't worry about that.
Sarah looked kind of embarrassed. What? What had happened? All of a sudden, Takushi made it look like it was all his bright idea. I thought he was gonna let me take the credit.
それにこんなとこじゃかけらは絶対見つからないと思うよ。
Besides, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna find the piece here.
Why not?
だってこのペンダント最初からかけてたんだもん。
Because this pendant was cracked from the start.
最初から？
From the start?
うん。
Yep.
物心ついた時からなぜかこのペンダントを持ってて、
I don't know why, but I found this pendant as long as I can remember.
この部分が割れたのはもうずっと昔のことなの。
This piece broke off a long time ago.
Oh, well, that
見
means...
つからないわけだ。
we didn't have a chance to find you.
はあ
Takushi's sigh echoed throughout the infirmary. Very nice. Alright. Well, I have a feeling that if we keep going, we're heading straight to the generator room, and that's probably going to be another long little section. So, that feels like it's a good place. I need to go ahead and call it for today. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all next time.